They're good?
Yep.
Alright, my name is Ryan Dean, and I'm a dreamer. Now, I normally tell people about what DreamerMate is, and I get a lot of confused faces because a lot of it's a little bit out there. Not too much, but you'll see soon. So tonight I'm going to explain a little bit of why DreamerMate exists. So growing up, I've been the type of person to have a lot of ideas. I tried to make a jean company when I was about 6 years old. I used just denim and staples, so I'm really glad that didn't turn out. I'm sure a lot of other people are too. I had a couple different ideas, cardboard creations, creating different things out of cardboard. You'd have like kits, get sent to your house. A human ad, basically like a walking billboard. I don't know if you've seen those walking billboards around. That was more around like high school. I was thinking about that. So these are throughout the years. One Goal Water, basically a nonprofit where you make the water and you sell it, and it goes to giving people water across the world, and you give 95 to 100% of the profits to them. Then, as I got a little older, you can probably see a little bit of changes with more ideas. Chaser beverages, just like the chaser you have after you drink liquor. You normally do it for the taste. That was one of my early college ideas. Didn't work out, probably for the best. Then there's another one, Beach Butler. Basically, you'd be on the beach, you'd have someone come to you, you tell them where you are, bring you some water, chair, suntan lotion, whatever. Flower cups, basically it looks like a cup, or like a flower, but it's a cup, and you can do different things with it, like for businesses, people who are allergic to flowers, all types of stuff. Silk-line t-shirts, I'm actually developing this, and they are quite comfortable, so it's not that bad. And plenty of more ideas. So I'm not sure if you guys have ideas or not, plenty of them, but I definitely have over the years. Alright, so when all those things happen, as you can tell, they haven't happened yet, they haven't been created. When you have ideas, you run into problems, you think you can do it on your own, you think you have the resources, but you normally run into something. And you can't find the resources you need, the funding, the help with the next step. So that's what I realized. So I went to school, I didn't pursue all of these. These are all throughout my life, they're at different stages, but none of them actually were created yet. So I did what most people do when they don't pursue their dreams. I went into real estate, and I moved up to Alexandria, Virginia. Sorry if there's any realtors in here. Can you get back on that, actually? So I was working for real estate, and I was transitioned into a tech company for real estate SEO, and worked there for about 8 months. That's the last slide. Okay, cool. Stay there. So I was working there, and it was one of those jobs that you don't really enjoy. It's one that you hope you never get. It's long hours, underappreciated, a lot of crazy stuff happening, a lot of unethical things happening, and I was barely making my rent each month. So I was working there 8 months. I was debating on leaving, and it was pretty crappy. So actually, before that, did we miss a slide? Okay, yeah, that's it. You're good. So on February 2nd, aka the best day ever, this is the day actually I was let go from that job, which was the best day ever, because I was debating on what to do and how to take the next steps to quit and find that next position that could cover the rent. But I was let go, and on the same day, I walked out to actually go to the meeting where I was going to be fired, and my car was repossessed. So that was awesome, and it was a week before rent was due. So all that happened, most people would freak out. I freaked out a little bit, but I decided I was going to try and make it on my own, because this was something I felt like I was being pushed to do my own thing for a while, and this was the moment where it happened. So I started doing freelancing, and I was working from home. I didn't have a car, so I had to figure out something. And I had some graphic design background, a little bit of business consulting experience, so I was helping out where I could online. And so I did a couple projects, completed them, made a little bit of money, not quite enough to get my rent due. You go back, sorry, I'm not pointing to you. You're good. And one day I came across this project. So basically they just needed a logo, a simple PNG, file where it was white and they wanted black. And the crazy thing I saw was people were charging 30 to upwards of over $100. Now anybody who knows Photoshop or any type of editing application knows this takes less than 5 minutes. So I went ahead and did it. I took it from white to black. It took me a minute. Sent it to the guy and said, I'm not sure if this is what you were looking for or not, but if it is, it's yours for free. Like, you can have it. Didn't take me any time. If I messed up and this isn't what you're looking for, my bad. But anyways, there you go. The email I got from him was my reward. It was definitely worth more than $100. Because, I mean, how appreciative he was. You are one hell of a dude, thanks. I'll make sure to, basically pay this forward. And that got me thinking of how rare this was and how people, they don't do this type of stuff. Because there's about 30 people bidding on this project from all over the world. So it gave me the question, what could be made possible if we create it this way? So if we had a way that we could actually create projects, create all those ideas we have that we never pursue because of lack of resources, lack of funding, know-how, whatever it may be, what could be made possible if we took the opportunity to contribute to these types of projects using our own skills based on flexible rewards? Basically a win-win marketplace. So where the creator has complete control over the direction, the budget, and the control. So having a flexible budget where you can actually reward people with not just cash, but actually like swag or like unique event access depending on the business. Anything that you can think of, even the thank you video. And the contributor, they have that sense of fulfillment of actually contributing their skills, keeping their skills fresh, if they're out of work or just recently graduated. But they also get the recognition aspect. So on their profile, like Kyle wrote to me, you sir are one hell of a dude. If you saw that, it's kind of like, oh wow, he really helped this person out. He might not have made money off of it, but I can see what he did, I can see the work he did, and so forth. And then also there's the rewards, like I said, of cash, so you can earn money on the side. Of course, the bigger the reward, the more exclusive the reward, the more contributions you're going to receive. Click one more time. So this was the idea I had. Yeah, it's a little tricky. So basically, you create a project. Are you on this one? That's okay, I think we missed one, but it's cool. So basically you can, yeah, just hit it once. Yeah, you're good. So you can start a project, and with different types. So I know this from my experience. I worked with nonprofits, I worked with small businesses. I actually grew up around the family business. There are different projects I like to make. So whether it be venture, where you're trying to make money, community, where you are helping out like a nonprofit, something like that, or creative, where you're just doing something for fun. So each project you can give feedback in it. You can ask questions, share ideas, even mention possible problems, and then based on that, it's kind of like a gamification aspect where you get points and move up levels for those contributions you make. So even if like the person you contribute to or the project you contribute to, they don't give you any feedback, they don't say thank you, it's still reflected on your profile if that project is made public or private. If the actual project isn't like secret, so you're not like sharing any intellectual property. And what I realize is, a lot of projects, they have goals, but it's really broken down to steps. And so with Kyle, with his logo revision, he had a lot of things on his list that he was trying to do, but he didn't have a central place to do it because a lot of places like Freelancer and Elance and now Upwork, how they operate is by projects, but it only gives you one glimpse into what they're trying to do. So with projects, you can actually go on there and people can suggest them. So they can be like, I think you should do this next. I think you should maybe do this beforehand and go about it that way. And then also giving you the option to explore the community where you can tell what's going on, see things that you're passionate about, contribute to different projects, check them out, and then all this is reflected on your profile. So back in June 2016 is when we built the rough MVP. I actually didn't have any knowledge of programming, but I took the time to learn Ruby on Rails to develop that. And then I connected with some developers and we built the web app, which was released in August of 2016. And we didn't do any big marketing pushes until this April, and that's when we attended Tech Day in New York, which had about 35,000 people in attendance. And we had a booth and got to speak in front of a fairly large audience and got the validation we were looking for. So we got some great partners from that, a lot of big people, a lot of good things in the works, so that's exciting. And now we're even looking at releasing an iOS app in September. So how it works is basically you just add a step, choose a reward, make it available to the community, or you can make it available to just the people you know who want to have access. They can give or you can give feedback to them on their contributions, and you choose the best. So this is actually a mock-up of the iOS app that we're developing, and it's a little hard to see, I'm sure, but this is an example of the logo revision. If Kyle, the person who I actually helped with his logo, if he would have done it this way, this is how it kind of looked, and then people can contribute to it. And like I mentioned, there's projects with a larger goal. You can suggest steps, give feedback, have chat, discussions, file management, visibility, and access. So this is an example of a project that, this is actually my brother-in-law, and I love presenting this because his goal is perfect for a venture project. To develop a high chair that makes it impossible for kids to throw things off of it and sell it to a company for $11 million. Like it's not realistic, but it gets the point across. And I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Rock Solid Foundation in the area. But Eric Newman's a close friend of mine, and he's actually developing a project similar to Pods. So it's called Rock Solid on Demand. So basically they're looking to have these containers shipped across the country with everything needed to build a playset for a child with cancer. And here's one of my own projects. This is for my nephews, a solar-powered kid car. I'm not sure if you guys have one of those little go-karts when you were younger and the battery always died. So this was just a project to hook up a battery to, or a solar-powered battery to it. So it's for individuals, businesses, startups, nonprofits, and universities. These are the type of people we're seeing out here. And just to give you an idea, this is where the mascot comes into play. At Tech Day, this is our unicorn. It had a t-shirt and said, "I believe in you," pointing to people, different startups. It was had a lot of great success, a lot of social media attention, which we were excited about. And I hope to see you guys on there. And I know we have a little limited time, so open to questions.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. And I can pass these out if anyone wants a sticker and some more information. Well, you guys have questions, if anybody.
So,
Why unicorn?
Unicorns, just because of one of the aspects of like a startup about is valued at least $100 million, like a unicorn, and unicorns don't exist, so unicorns believe in you. So that was the idea behind it.
thank you for your presentation. Appreciate that. Seems to be like some kind of blend of, I don't know if it's Fiverr or Kickstarter in here or something like that with the project stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Could you give us an elevator pitch as to what your business is? And then the second piece of that is, what would you like from us today to help you out?
Yeah, sure thing. So DreamMate is an online collaboration community where it enables dreamers with different project ideas to connect with the contributors to help them with the next step. So I know you said an aspect of Kickstarter, which it kind of is. That's crowdfunding, but this is more crowdsourcing using people's skills.
Gotcha.
But as far as what you guys could do, definitely check it out, give any feedback, spread the word if you can. The web app's a little bit rough. We've been working on more, but it's usable, and but definitely we appreciate your feedback if you can do that. Thank you.
Talk about the system presentation, but how many users do you have right now?
So we have about, last time I checked, about 300. But the cool thing about it, I know that's a little low for how long we've been doing it, but I calculated it's about 35% are influencers. So they actually have a community of their own. So they have at least a following of 1,000 people. So like, for instance, with Rock Solid, they have about 10,000 following. There's a podcast radio host who has about 15 on there, and that's just 2 people. So, anybody else?
So, thank you. How does your company make money in this process?
Yeah, great question. So currently we're not making money. We're focusing on getting users, developing it out. But the idea is if you have a cash reward, because we want to make it available for people on any budget to actually create. So it's not our primary focus to have it to generate revenue, but a 7% transaction fee on cash rewards is what we're looking at, and possibly doing something with like featured steps. So if you're on there, it'll be shown in the top of your area or site-wide or whatever it is.
Yep.
This is the last question. If I were a business and I wanted to come to you, what type of thing could you offer me besides just coming up with a new logo? What could you offer me?
So there's plenty of ways that businesses are using it. We actually from Tech Day had a Italian electric car company join up, and they're working on internal development for some of their projects, but they're also discussing with us how they can engage the community. So if they want to get a feature for a new car, like the new design or new color for their car, they could gauge interest before they actually. Yeah.
Great job.
But I'm happy to answer any more questions afterwards.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.